I do now want to talk about Democratic voters on Super Tuesday voting uncommitted. The New York Times reported 19% of the votes in the Minnesota Democratic primary were for uncommitted, and this came after 100,000 people in Michigan voted uncommitted in that primary. Do you think this is a warning signal for President Biden?
I do. I think it is a warning signal, and I hope that's all that it is. I hope, like most warning signals, it can be heeded and the problem can be solved before it causes a real problem. What I think is vital for those voters who voted uncommitted to recognize is that it is perfectly legitimate for them to be angry at President Biden over a policy difference that's very real. Certainly understand how angry they are about the Gaza war. But I think they also have to reckon with the fact that in November, they will not be just registering a protest if they fail to vote for Biden. They will be making a choice. And that choice will be to help Donald Trump become president. Everything that those people care about, everything, will be in jeopardy if Donald Trump becomes president. I mean, he has talked about a Muslim ban. He has talked about, helping Israel basically destroy the Palestinians. So on everything they care about, Joe Biden is a much better choice. And I think they know that in their hearts. And I think if they can find a way to support the president, they will be preserving the things they care about in a very fundamental way when they vote in November.
How do Democrats, the Biden campaign, specifically heed this warning? What do you think that they need to do to change course within the 8 months we have between now and November?
Well, when you're president and running for re-election, you wear two very different hats. There's the Biden campaign and there's the Biden White House. The thing that these protest votes are being registered about is very much an official function of the president, which is how are we handling our relationship with Israel during the war in Gaza? So that has nothing to do with the Biden campaign. The campaign can't do anything about that. What President Biden does, I think, won't be driven by politics, but by principle. How does he believe he can most effectively both support our ally, who was viciously attacked by Hamas in October, but also provide relief to the millions of Palestinians who are suffering horribly under this incredibly intense war that they're facing? So he's got to find a way to balance that. He's doing his best. I think when history looks back at this, they will say that he didn't have as much leverage as these folks think he might have. Netanyahu can conduct this war even without us. And I'm hopeful that by applying the kind of pressure he's applying, we can get to a ceasefire pretty quickly.